So now we'll practice two questions on the concepts that we just studied, equations of motion. Now, this is the question. Again, if you know the integration or differentiation, you will be able to solve it. A option. Very good. Very good. Yes. A option. Correct. Aditya, Harshvardhan, Yashwant Reddy. So let me walk you through the solution very quickly. So x is given as a function of time. So if we have to find velocity, so velocity is given by dx upon dt. Okay. X is given as t cube minus 4t square plus 3t. So velocity comes out to be 3t square minus 8t plus 3. Now let's find the acceleration. Acceleration is given by dv upon dt. So it comes out to be 6t minus 8. Now what mistake lot of students will make? The first mistake that lot of students will make in this question is while reading the question. They will not read the question that they have to find acceleration at displacement equal to 0. So displacement equal to 0. What do we mean by that? X equal to 0. Displacement is equal to 0 means x equal to 0. So 0 is equal to t cube. 0 equal to t cube minus 4t square. T cube minus 4t square plus 3t equal to 0. So with this, we'll get a quadratic equation. So t square minus 8t minus t square minus 4t plus 3 equal to 0. Yes. So again, a calculation mistake I made here. So this mistake a lot of students can also make. So T1 comes out to be, we are solving this quadratic equation. So T1 comes out to be 4 plus minus 16 minus 12 upon 2. So 4 plus minus 4, 2 by 2. So 3 and 1. So T equal to 0, T equal to 3 and T equal to 1. Okay, so these are the 3 times at which we need to find the acceleration. So at T equal to 0, acceleration comes out to be minus 8. At t equal to 1, acceleration comes out to be minus 2. And at t equal to 3, acceleration comes out to be 10. So the correct option is A. Okay, everyone got this solution? Everyone got this solution? Any doubt on this? Option A. Yes, very good. So most of you were able to solve. Now the common mistakes in this question. So let me walk you through the common mistakes in this question. The common mistakes are first in the reading of the question. So you might make mistake in reading the question, you might make mistake in understanding the question, and you might make mistake in finding the values of t that I was making, right? So first mistake happens in reading the question or understanding the question. Second mistake happens in deciding the concept. The third mistake happens in the calculations. So try to avoid such mistakes going forward. Don't make mistake in reading and understanding the question or deciding or calculation. Yes, next, let's come to the second question. A body starts with initial velocity v0 in a straight line with acceleration as shown below in the graph. So find the maximum velocity reached. Yes. Okay. So let's understand this question. A body starts at initial speed v0. Body starts at initial speed v0 in a straight line with acceleration as shown in the graph. So what is happening is that acceleration is varying with time. Okay, so let me help you visualize this question with the animation that I was showing you here. Yes, so linear acceleration, let's visualize. So when acceleration increases, velocity increases. Okay, when acceleration decreases, the rate of change of velocity decreases, not the velocity decreases. Lot of students think that velocity will only increase when the acceleration is increasing. Lot of students think in this question that when acceleration decreases in this line, they think that velocity will start to decrease. No, the rate of change of velocity will decrease, but the velocity will still keep on increasing. Yes, so acceleration is nothing but rate of change of velocity. Acceleration is dv upon dt. And if we have to find the change in velocity, so change in velocity is given by integration of a dt, where a is not constant here. So we cannot take out a outside this integration. We have to integrate completely to find a change in velocity. Value is coming down, but still the velocity will increase, still the velocity will increase. So velocity will keep on increasing from 0 equal to 0 to 4t naught. So what we need to do, we need to find the area under the curve. So integration of a dt is nothing but the area under the curve. So area under the curve of acceleration into time graph. So if we'll find the area under the curve, we will find the change in the velocity. So let's find out. So area of a into t naught. So first rectangle is a into t naught. The second again, there is one rectangle here. This is again a rectangle a t naught. Then there's a triangle. So this is a triangle. Okay, so of which half base into height, t naught into a. Then again, the last one is again a triangle, half base into height, half into 2t naught into 2a. So if we do this calculation, we will get 4.5 a t naught. Upon doing this calculation, we will get delta Vs 4.5 a t naught. Okay, so V final minus V initial is equal to 4.5 t naught a t naught, and Vf comes out to be V naught plus 4.5 a t naught. Yes, so now can you see the importance of animation? Now you can see the importance of animation. It's helping you visualize significantly, and it's very important that while studying the concept, you visualize. Mistakes in this question: reading and interpretation of that question, deciding the concept and calculation. The concept to be decided here was that area under the acceleration time graph is given by change in velocity, and acceleration, even though the acceleration is coming down, acceleration is slowly decreasing, but still the velocity will keep on increasing because acceleration is rate of change of velocity. Yes.